Hey guys, welcome to the holiday season. We know that this time of year can be very chaotic, it can be very stressful, and it can be very easy to feel like you fall off track, get into January, and feel like you need to start all over again. And we don't want that, right? We want to actually enjoy the holiday season, the things that are important to us, and roll into January kind of just feeling pretty solid already. So, today, what I'm gonna go over with you is a couple exercises so that you can actually do that. Create some strategy rolling into January, feeling the way that you want to feel, feeling successful, whatever that means to you, and going through each holiday event maybe a little bit differently or just in ways that feel really good for you, that feel aligned, that make you feel more in control. So I first want to start with identifying or re-identifying how you want to actually feel going into January. If you don't know, then you're kind of driving blind, right? This is like a GPS destination. This makes it easier for you to actually align behaviors with where you want to go. So get clear, pause this video right now if you haven't already, or if you have, write them down again. How do you want to feel going into January? For example, I want to feel calm. I want to feel aligned with my values, which are courage, integrity, strength, and health. I want to feel rooted in what's important to me, my priorities, what really matters. I want to feel regulated, so not stressed AF. And I don't want to feel like I need a week-long nap. So that creates a lot more clarity. And maybe that doesn't mean anything to you, but it means things to me. And that's what matters, right? When you are identifying these things, it means something to you. And you can then think about what your life is going to look like in the next weeks leading up to January and going through everything, going through your life experience, being a human, and continuing to think about how you want to feel and what aligns with that. So next, when you think about those things, are there any concerns? Are there any potential challenges? Any things that you don't want to repeat? For example, for me, I can think about concerns I have are crowds and other people, last minute plans, the gym being closed more days than it usually is, so my routine being disrupted, feeling the need personally, feeling the need to do like sales or specials or whatever this time of year because a lot of other coaches or companies or whatever are doing that. So, feeling like something's pulling me away from what actually aligns and what my values are. The cold, the darkness, the more emphasis on food and drink and an abundance of it on a weekly basis. These are all things that I can identify that are going to be potential challenges, things that have been present in the past. So now knowing this, I can kind of dig into that. And I want you to keep all of this, write these things down. Pause the video, go through this right now, write these things down as you go. So I also can think about, and you can think about, what you know has kind of triggered you or negatively influenced you in the past. So for me, that is things like just going shopping, whether that's for gifts or even just going to the grocery store. It is freaking crazy during this time of year. It's a lot more chaotic. People are kind of in their own world. It's really hard to navigate things like the grocery store. Like, it takes more time and effort almost. It can be exhausting. And for me, that tends to create a lot more stress and anxiety. So this is something that I can take into consideration and plan for with this. Some other things that I can think about is like driving, same thing, just people being crazy, people being in their own world. It's a little bit more stressful. Parties where I don't know anybody, snow days. So again, taking these things into consideration, expecting that there's still going to be things and factoring them in. So if I'm going to go grocery shopping, then maybe I plan extra timing in when I go. I'm not going to go to the store when I only have 20 minutes. Or if that is the case, then maybe I do a grocery delivery or a grocery pickup. Whenever I go out, something that helped me last year was being the kind one. So even if I'm feeling stressed or anxious or annoyed or frustrated or any of those things, I have the space, I have the time. If someone else is in a rush, go ahead, smile. I am going to be the kind one when I am out and about and not assume that everybody is just against me. Was very helpful. Will repeat. I will be doing breath work whenever I'm feeling stressed or anxious. Usually that, for me, in the holiday season, that is in my car before and or after I go shopping or drive somewhere. I will be very choosy and say no to things that I don't want to go to, or I'm going to embody courage when I go to events. I'm going to embody that value that I have and do that when I go to events and other values as well. I'm going to have cold weather outfits. These all kinds of things. And another thing I'm really going to encourage you to do is to identify what your bare minimum non-negotiables are. We may look at this as there's all different labels. It may be your floor. If we talk about floor and ceiling, it may be your floor for you. It may just be like your bare minimums, but I add non-negotiable because I don't want these to be negotiable for you. You are very clearly and specifically identifying what you are going to do at a bare minimum each day that aligns with your goals and how you want to feel. So, for example, for me, my bare minimum non-negotiables, meaning that I am going to do these things, they are very clear in my mind. I'm going to do them no matter what. And you may note that these are like pretty low. The barrier of entry to do them is low for me. So, move my body in some way. Notice I didn't say go to the gym for 30 minutes. This is move my body in some way. Every single day I'm going to do that. All right. I am going to GTFO. So I'm in the GTFO challenge, going outside and moving my body outside in some way every day is something that I know aligns with my goals and my values and helps me feel the way I want to feel. So that at a bare minimum is going to happen every day. A bare minimum protein 3 times in my day. 1 fist of fruit, 1 fist of vegetables. That's my bare minimum. That's going to happen every single day, even on the most chaotic, weird, event-filled day. I am going to do that, and I know that I need to put plans in place to help me do that. And then 5 minutes of me time. That might be coupled with like going outside, moving my body. I can factor in 3 of these minimums together, but 5 minutes of me time every day. So clearly identify what your bare minimum non-negotiables are. Those are things that are happening at a bare minimum every single day. Those are things that you are making happen at a bare minimum every single day. Okay, so I'm going to pause here and I'm going to transition into this blueprint document that I created. So what we're going to do in here, and just shoot me a message if you want this document, then I will send it to you and you can create your own spreadsheet. But this spreadsheet is going to line out, that's not a word, but it is going to help you clearly identify each event, what's important, potential challenges, past patterns to be aware of, strategies, and then lessons learned. So we're getting very, very, very specific so you can actually feel successful going into January. So let's transition over to that. All right, guys. So this is the holidays blueprint. I'm going to call it spreadsheet. And I don't want that word spreadsheet to make you nervous and be like, I don't want to do this, because I am not a spreadsheet person. I will tell you this right now. And this is super simple, super freaking helpful. If you are a spreadsheet person, yay, get excited. Okay, so I have an example here from one of my clients that she went through and did this, but I also did it myself. So I may show you both, but let's start with mine. So first, again, entering into January, how do you want to feel? I want to feel like it's a continuum. So I'm just going into January. It's not this big, huge deal. You know, there are fun new aspects of entering into January, but I don't want to feel like I'm starting over in anything. I want to feel calm and not like I need a week-long nap. I want to feel aligned with my values. Remembering, again, how do you actually want to feel entering into January? This gives you a massive guiding light. Think about what success means to you. So when I say entering into January feeling successful, what does that mean to you? Because success is not just one thing, right? And for everybody, it looks very differently. Identifying what that means and actually digging into, is that something that aligns? Is that something that is realistic? So if you want to feel successful, one, we need to clearly identify a little bit more what that actually means so you can get there. And then we need to dig into, hey, what are your initial thoughts? Examine what your expectations are so that we can make adjustments if needed. Again, so you can be successful. Because otherwise, it is a failing game. You are screwing yourself. So for me, success means that I'm learning and gaining skills from each experience. So every single day, really, especially these different experiences that I have through the holiday season, I want to learn and gain skills from each one. I want to make memories and not have those memories be tainted because I was overthinking about food. I want to maintain my movement, maintain my strength. I want to have a regulated nervous system. Again, like not feeling, and just feeling very calm going into the new year. For, other people, like, here's my clients where she said, I want my gut to feel not bloated, my pants feel loose, the scale not to go up, where if these are things that may come up with you, like aesthetically, what you want your body to look like, or even feel like, these are things that what I examined with her was, hey, these are great and they can be guiding lights, but let's also identify that there is some room that is a gray area in here, kind of, where you may feel a little bit bloated, like it's kind of hard to clearly define this. The scale going up, not completely realistic, because the scale is going to fluctuate throughout the holiday season, especially if eating certain foods, really participating in certain events are part of
your goals as well, then recognizing, hey, the scale might go up, it might fluctuate, but that also doesn't need to mean that it is fat gain. Weight gain can be lots of different things. So remembering that as part of this and not just saying, oh, if the scale goes up, then I failed. We have to get a lot more curious in there and create more space other than the all or the nothing. And same thing with like not feeling bloated. Hey, there might be certain meals that you might feel bloated afterwards and your pants might feel tight. That doesn't mean freak the fuck out and that you failed. It means, all right, this happened. What can I learn from it? And then what can I do to support myself in alleviating that and kind of regulating moving forward. So identifying needs. And then as we go into this spreadsheet, on the side, just, hey, what dates do you know that you have things going on? This is going to be different for everybody. For me, I have a travel day. I have a Thanksgiving dinner with my family. I have a high school reunion. Those are all the things I know of so far. But as I know that things pop up, I will go back to this document and add those things in. For my client, she's a little bit more clearly defined on the things she has. She has like a high school football game, pep rally, community chili contest that they go to every single year. It's this big tradition. They're hosting Thanksgiving dinner. They have these Christmas Eve traditions, Christmas dinner, a trip, New Year's Eve. So put in all the things that you know that you have. And again, notice like on mine, I have a travel day on there because that might be potentially challenging for me. When I look at my life, I think about it in the past where when I show up, I know that my mom loves to surprise me with the foods that she knows I love. Like she'll get me some gluten-free donuts. I can almost guarantee that she'll do that. And I love that. She might make something unexpectedly. And I also know that when I factor these in, I can have some more strategies here because I know that eating these immediately will lead to an energy crash. It's easy for me to overeat yummy foods at night while we're just kind of like hanging out. So then I can have a strategy. I'm going to plan ahead and kind of include these things. I am going to eat those gluten-free donuts, or I'll have, some of one, whatever, with foods that support my fullness and my blood sugar regulation. So, having it when I have an actual meal when I get there versus just in the car on the ride home. I might go for a walk afterwards. I'm going to eat slowly and actually enjoy it. And if I am thinking about, oh, that was really good, I'm going to go get more, I'm going to pause before I do that and think about through that process and being like, do I actually want more? Am I still hungry? Is this because I'm having like scarcity mindset? I can think through that a little bit more. So write down, again, your dates, the actual event, what is important to you in that. So, Thanksgiving dinner with my family, being with my family is important. Laughing, being present, connecting, telling stories, enjoying that time together, making memories. That's the really important thing for me. Where when I think about Thanksgiving, maybe there is one like food item that I get excited about. Like maybe it's pecan pie, which I don't even know if that's going to be there. I know that I'm going to have some of that, but also that's not the most important thing to me. I also know that there's potential challenges for me with alcohol because my family, we can get very relaxed. The alcohol can start to flow. We're having fun. It's easy to just go into more of a habitual thing. I also know that if I'm doing cooking that day, that I might go elongated periods without eating because I'm busy doing other things. So I can help plan so I know what foods are going to be there while I'm cooking food. I'm going to make sure that I eat fairly regularly during the day, or at least plan in to have a really solid breakfast and then plan in something to have in the middle of the day or while I'm cooking. I'm going to create some boundaries around alcohol. I'm going to drink water first. I am going to drink water in between. I'm going to allow myself to have, maybe 2 glasses of wine and then go from there. So go through all of these. And then after the event, what lessons did you learn? The goal is not perfection here. The goal is to have kind of a strategy and a plan, create awareness so that when you're in it, you have a lot more perspective. You have a lot more things you're thinking about, and you can behave in more intentional ways. And then, as always, part of growth and knowing yourself and having less concern as you move forward is learning from your experiences. Even if there's stuff that you didn't initially like, point out the things that you did do well. Point out how that happened. Point out the things that maybe you didn't like and maybe why they happened and what you could do better next time, because there's going to be another event coming up. So use this. That's how it helps you. Take a little bit of time to put forth into this. It's really not that much time, and it will really, really be worth it, but you have to prove that to yourself. And I guarantee that cool shit will happen. If you have any questions, you want to go through this, you want some help in doing this, let me know. I'd love to do that. All right.